There's something strange in the air over Tyneside, and it's not just the usual preseason buzz or the excitement building around the upcoming matches. It's something more subtle, quieter but steadily growing behind the scenes at Newcastle United in recent days. The kind of movement that rarely makes the headlines at first, but slowly starts to dominate the football news cycle. And as every loyal Magpies supporter knows, when silence falls over St. James Park, it usually means something big is being carefully crafted or about to erupt. What makes this situation even more intriguing is that it doesn't involve just one name, but two players who are directly tied to the club's plans for the current transfer window. Only this time a heavyweight opponent has entered the chessboard, one that rarely misses its mark when it chooses to act. Liverpool, well known for their sharp and well-timed transfer dealings, are now zooming in on one of Newcastle's key figures, while also making moves towards the Magpies' #1 transfer target. A real power play that could flip the entire season upside down. And if you've been following this channel, you already know we dive deep into the behind-the-scenes action, always bringing you the latest updates with credibility, context, and above all, a real passion for Newcastle United. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and become part of our community. Your support is what allows us to keep delivering exclusive content directly from the most reliable sources in England. The British press, particularly the Liverpool Echo, recently reported on a move that set off alarm bells around St. James Park. According to reports on July 15, Liverpool had made an approach to Newcastle regarding Alexander Isak's situation. This wasn't a simple inquiry, it was a clear sign of intent to make an offer that could break the British transfer record. While sources close to Anfield deny that any official bid has been submitted, the mere fact that Isak's name is being discussed is enough to trigger high alert in Tyneside. But the story doesn't stop there. As Newcastle work to hold on to their top striker, another name has entered the equation. Hugo Ekitike, a priority target for the club in this window, has also drawn Liverpool's attention. Coincidence? Unlikely, especially when everything points to a calculated strategy from the Reds. If they can't prize Isak away from Newcastle, they might just hijack Eddie Howe's plan B by snatching Ekitike instead. A two-pronged pressure game that has pushed Newcastle into a critical position. Now that you understand the background, let's get to the heart of the matter. The revelation currently shaking up the inner workings at Newcastle is this. Liverpool, behind closed doors, are pressing the club on two fronts. On one hand, they're trying to tempt Isak with the chance to lead the line for one of the most successful teams of the past decade. On the other, they're making contact with Eintracht Frankfurt to explore a potential swoop for Ekitike while Newcastle are still negotiating after seeing their first offer rejected. It's this exact moment in the window that has raised the stakes. Newcastle know they can't afford to lose Isak, but they also realize letting Ekitike slip to a direct rival could be devastating for their season plans. According to the Liverpool Echo and local journalists on Tyneside, the club have no intention of selling Isak and remain hopeful of landing Ekitike. But with Liverpool looming over both deals, every decision now needs to be swift, precise, and aligned with the long-term vision of Eddie Howe and his team. Isak's situation is particularly delicate. The striker has yet to sign a contract extension with Newcastle. And while he hasn't publicly expressed a desire to leave, he hasn't shown strong signs of committing long-term either. That fuels speculation that he might be open to a fresh challenge, especially one that includes playing for Liverpool, who are gunning for silverware on all fronts this season. Meanwhile, Ekitike is also watching closely, knowing full well that this behind-the-scenes chess match could ultimately decide his next destination. It's worth noting that there's another layer of complexity to this saga. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe shares a close relationship with two key figures from Liverpool's hierarchy, sporting director Richard Hughes and FSG's football CEO Michael Edwards. The trio worked together during their time at Portsmouth, and their mutual respect is well known. While that makes dialogue smoother, it also puts Howe in a tough spot, resisting advances from a club led by people he knows and respects. But if there's one thing Newcastle fans have come to learn over the years, it's that this club doesn't back down easily. The current ownership has shown strength in previous windows, stood firm against big money offers, and are now working hard to build a competitive squad without sacrificing key pieces. Right now, more than ever, it's crucial for supporters to stand united and follow every twist of this story. So if you're enjoying this content and want to stay fully informed on every chapter of the Newcastle-Liverpool Ekitike saga, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. Your support allows us to keep digging, reporting, and sharing exclusive updates like no one else. It's also important to underline that all of this information is backed by credible sources, including the Liverpool Echo and respected market reporters in England. What's at stake isn't just one transfer, it's two deals that could determine Newcastle's success or failure this season. And of course, any misstep could massively strengthen a direct rival. It's a high-stakes chess match where every move must be calculated and deliberate. Behind the scenes, things are heating up. Talks between Newcastle's board and Ekitike's representatives are ongoing, with the club preparing an improved offer to convince Frankfurt to release the player. Meanwhile, Isak's camp are still in touch with the club, but are also closely monitoring Liverpool's movements, especially any hint of a bid that could change his career trajectory. This type of tension is exactly what makes the Premier League one of the most thrilling leagues in the world, and right now, Newcastle are right in the thick of it. To finish, one final thought you can't ignore. Newcastle's response to this situation could be the true litmus test of their sporting project. Keeping Isak, sealing a deal for Iketek, and fending off Liverpool's advances won't be easy. But if they succeed, it'll be another clear sign of strength, ambition, and top-tier planning. And we'll be right here, tracking every step and bringing you the full story. So, if you want to keep up with this saga and everything else still to come, be sure to like the video, share it with fellow fans, and of course, subscribe to the channel. The season is only just beginning, and what's happening behind the scenes might end up being even more dramatic than what happens on the pitch. Stick with us because what's coming next will definitely be worth watching.